Focus. I'm live, I think. Hey everyone, welcome. If you are catching me replay, it has been so long since I've been on and done live readings. I don't even think I'm fully prepared. But if you want to join me next time and you miss me, I'm getting on for 2 more nights, which will be I'm looking at my calendar here, the 15th and the 22nd. So I'm only going to be doing 2 more nights of these live readings. And that is just because I've recently had a baby and things have been crazy, and sticking to a weekly schedule right now is near impossible. So if I get on and I do live readings, I'll definitely let you guys know. I have an event page on my website. Hey Linda, can you guys hear me? I want to make sure the camera, this is a new camera that I'm using. But yeah, so if I do get on to do live readings, which I will still do, I will let you know through my website, and I will also let you know through my Facebook event page. So that's how you'll know if I'm getting on live. I'm just not doing anything consistent because I can't stick to it right now. I have a newborn and it's way too much. Yes, thank you, Linda. So yeah, I will still be doing live readings. I'm actually thinking about jumping on and doing some coaching sessions. So where we practice with each other, practice using our psychic ability. I really want to do that. So we will do that again, just not anything scheduled on a weekly basis. I will put it up on my Facebook page and my website though. So you guys will know, you'll get notified when I'm going to be on. But for now, I'm only going to be doing 2 more of these consistent weekly things. So tonight is the first one, and then I'm going to be doing 2 more nights every Tuesday. So the 15th and the 22nd are the last nights that I'm going to be doing it. So tonight we're going to do speed readings, which means everyone gets a reading. I'm really excited. And then the next 2 nights, I'm going to do something I've never done before on YouTube Live, which is gallery readings. And so gallery readings are a little bit different, and it's basically like gallery readings are, imagine yourself, you're in a room full of people and there's one psychic and they're kind of looking at the crowd and they're trying to figure out which spirit they're picking up on and who it belongs to. So it's much different than if you ask me a question. So pretend Mama Odie here wants to ask a question. I know who I'm connecting to, and I can feel her spirit guides, and I'm setting the intention that, hey, I'm connecting to Mama Odie. Whereas with the gallery reading, I'm saying, hey, everyone in this room, whoever wants to come through for them, come through. And so first I have to pick up on the spirit, and then second, I have to figure out who that spirit is attached to. So it's a very different approach. It's kind of backwards, and it takes practice. And I'm going to be doing it the next 2 nights because I really want practice, because I'm going to be doing this in person at an event, and it's been a very long time since I've done it. And so one of my good friends, Kristen, is hiring me for that, and I told her I have not done that in a long time, so lower your expectations. But I wanted to get on and basically practice with you guys. So next 2 weeks we will be doing those gallery readings, which I've only ever done in person. So doing it online is going to be very interesting, because there might be spirit that comes through for people that are not even in the chat room. I have no idea. It's going to be very interesting. But tonight, just want to brush back up, get back into it, and do some live readings, speed readings. So how speed readings work are, you guys basically just throw up your questions in the comments, and I just try to go quickly through them. And the point of this is to practice my claircognizance. I'm going quickly, I'm going fast. I'm not getting hung up on the who and the how and the what. I'm just spitting out information. And that's a great way to exercise your claircognizant Claire, if you ever want to do it in the future. So I'm just going to say, let's go ahead and get started, because I'm going to be on here for the next hour. And I've got my tarot cards here just because I didn't know what I was doing. And maybe I'll pull some, especially when there's so few of us here right now. So it's always good if you're one of the first ones in here, because we can maybe do a little bit longer for you guys. So Linda asked, will my legal cases get settled soon? Cases plural. Some of them I'm feeling like yes, very soon. Maybe not the way you want them. Some of them might get dragged out, and I'm also getting that just don't put so much time and energy into them, Linda. I feel like they're whatever expectations you're hoping to get out of them, they're just not gonna be satisfying. So try not to spend too much of your time and energy stressing out about it. Because Linda's the only one asking questions, I'm gonna pull you a card. So this is my mermaid deck. I love this deck. I need a Halloween deck. I was just telling my husband. It's almost Halloween. This is like my most popular time of the year. This year is going to be probably very slow because of COVID. Last year I had so many events, but Oracle of the Mermaid. So Linda, I pulled the unseen. Too much is hidden from you right now. And so I'm just getting that there's too much going on, and if you're stressing about it too much, I think you're not going to get the results that you want. So it's better to not spend your time and energy there. I'm getting, Linda, whatever you're hoping, whatever you're wanting to get out of it, focus on, is there another way I can get that? If it's that you want the money, or you want the closure, or you want recognition, or, whatever it is, ask yourself, is there another way I can get this? Hello, Rochelle. Thank you guys so much for coming back after this many months. I feel so guilty, but I had that baby and I was like, I am not getting on anytime soon. This is tough. Where's my connection with my Aquarius going to lead in 2021? 2021 is a much better time to look at. Everyone's been getting readings for like right now, and it's so hard with people not being able to meet. It's funny how it affects the energy. I'm just pulling cards, Rochelle. I need to get warmed up. But your connection with this Aquarius, where is it going to lead? It's going to lead to freedom and receptivity. That's good. I assume this is with a person. Or yeah, with Aquarius. Sorry, I don't know how to make this camera stop autofocusing. So yeah, Rochelle, I think that this relationship is actually going to be really good for you because, it's hard when relationships actually tie you down and don't let you, like, I don't know, you're putting all your time and energy into it, and I'm getting the exact opposite. It's like you're gonna feel like you have the freedom to be you in this relationship, and you're gonna be really good at receiving gifts. So see how this mermaid is like, she's got her hand out. A lot of us, when we get into relationships, just give, and sometimes we forget to take. Rochelle, spiritual guidance. Just because I see that there are 9 people in here, you guys, we are doing speed readings tonight. So if you have a question, throw it up in the chat. I'm going to try to go as quickly as I can through it. Rochelle, spiritual guidance. I'm just hearing go slower, Rochelle. Go slower. Mama Odie, what's up with why I keep getting feelings of mourning, losing aspects of myself? Mama Odie, I pulled this card, the Magic of the Kohaleen Druid. I've never pulled this card before. Focus. I probably need to have it next to my face. Caution, secrecy, wary. Maybe, Mama Odie, I think what I'm getting with this is that maybe you're the energy of being cautious, the energy of being like cooped up, or just like constantly having so much stress. I think you're manifesting negative stuff, and it maybe not maybe it's not actually attached to anything, like mourning losing aspects of yourself. Like, I don't think that's actually happening. I just think that you're maybe in a more in a state of negativity, and so therefore it feels like you're not yourself. Does that feel like it resonates? I'm curious. I agree with that, and thank you so much. Yes, feel free to keep asking. Is my social life going to get better? If COVID would go away. The amount of relationship readings that I've done, and I've had to been like, well, you kind of need to go out and meet people, but that can't happen right now. Jeff, Honor the masculine, respecting men, embracing the masculine divine. Maybe there's something in there, Jeff, that you need to respect for yourself. Maybe you don't feel like accepting of that side of yourself. Maybe you feel like you have to suppress your masculinity, or I need to go faster. Sorry, I'm doing like real readings. I think, Jeff, this is kind of coming across to me as there's some insecurity, there's some lack of confidence, Jeff, on your part of why you don't think you can have a better social life. Maybe it has something to do with you don't feel so masculine, or maybe the way others perceive you is too masculine or something like that. So I would focus on that. Focus on your what's it called? Solar plexus, your confidence chakra. I think your social life is going to get better, but it has to start in here first, is what I'm getting. How was your pregnancy? It was fantastic. My pregnancy was awesome. Baby is easy. My birth was hell. I'm going to be uploading a video on that soon. I finally finished my big pregnancy vlog that took me forever to edit because it was just 9 months worth of footage. Excuse me, I got my beer here. Ever since I've given birth, having beer is just like the best thing ever now, because I couldn't have it for so long. Will I start a romantic relationship next year? I always want to say yes to, will I start a relationship? Because if you set the intention and you're serious about it and you tell the universe, yes, this is what I want to do, then you'll do it. So basically what I'm asking is, well, what do you need to help manifest that? And so, Linda, I'm getting rapid development, excellence, success. I'm getting focus like on your career, focus on creative things, focus on things that make you happy and excited. And for some reason, Linda, that's going to help you attract a romantic relationship. Maybe, you being in that zone and being in that vibe is attractive to somebody. Maybe you'll meet somebody through that. Hi, I'm Kathleen. Can you tell me if I'm on the right track for my business? Successful, and where should my focus be? Don't know why I show up on my grandson's account. No worries. That's helpful, Kathleen. I'm on the right track for my business. Oh, I need to be faster. Maybe I just need to let go of it being fast. I'm just getting like, Kathleen, I'm looking at your business as a whole, and like I feel like a stuck energy, and so I'm trying to tune into what that stuck energy is. Kathleen, I just need a little bit more information. Can you tell me what your business is? Thanks, Rochelle. What is her business? Hey guys, if you're joining me, feel free to throw up a question in the comments. I'm doing speed readings. They're not very fast, but everyone sort of gets a free reading. I'm only doing this for 3 more nights. And after that, I'm going to be only doing like scheduled events, not weekly events. In case I miss Kathleen, do you want the title of my company? Just what you do. I think, Kathleen, this card, I just pulled a card to help. It says water flight, heaviness lifts, burdens are cast away, weightlessness. I feel like you just have some blocks kind of around your business, and that's that energy that I was talking about that's feeling stuck. I feel like your like mental stuff is the only thing that's sort of getting in your way. Maybe I've wanted to originally say like maybe you don't feel like you can make money, or maybe you feel like you don't understand how to market a certain way, and so therefore you're sort of like, well, I can only reach this high. Like you're setting a cap on yourself. And I think as soon as you can let go of that, I think you'll find your business flourish a lot more. And I've actually done a review on one of my favorite business books. It's called I Get Rich Lucky Bitch. It's in my review playlist if you want to watch it. I would highly recommend that if you feel like you're resonating with it at all. Nobody has any other questions? I'll just try to do a gallery reading really quick. I'll see. So I'll reach out. Anyone that's watching, I'll set the intention. Anyone that's watching live, anyone that's watching replay, is there a spirit out there that wants to deliver a message? Immediately, a little girl came through. So raise your hand if you feel like this resonates with you. A little girl, she's super playful. She's super fun. Maybe she represents a younger version of this person. I have a daughter. Oh, maybe that's it. See, this is what's hard is I can't fish. And I want to do a video on this sometimes, but where psychics get bad rap is with gallery readings. If they fish, they're like, I'm feeling a name. It starts with a D, and they just like wait for somebody to raise their hand, and they're like, oh, I know a D, and then it's like David, and then it just it doesn't. I was taught that I have to find the spirit. I have to find who it's attached to before I say anything. So whoever this little girl is, I'm just getting that she's coming through and she's trying to inspire that life force of that young, innocent, playful quality. Maybe whoever is resonating with this, maybe that's energy that you need in your life right now. This could be a spirit guide. I'm getting a lot of flowers around her too. Yeah, I'll throw that out there. Maybe someone will resonate with it. Home safety and accessibility solutions. I help older adults remain safe and independent in their homes as they age. Oh, awesome. That's great. I didn't even think of that being a thing. Kathleen, I'm immediately just getting that, because what I was saying earlier is maybe you feel like you can't market a certain way. I feel like sometimes you feel like you have to market to your actual clients, but remember you can market to their family members. And so maybe that's something you're not doing that you could be utilizing more of. How does 2021 look for my career and finances? Ooh, wave of power, Rochelle. 2021 is a good year for you. I just feel that. I don't know why. Maybe it's the whole freedom thing and just having more of that power. It'll help manifest more. I find the best doctor to help me with nerve issues. And so when you ask questions, will I, won't I is basically a yes or no question. So I'm going to ask Linda instead, how can I find the best doctor to help me with nerve issues? Because that gives you actionable items instead of just no or yes. Because that's what we want. We want to find somebody to help us. I'm getting a lot around this. Linda, I feel like don't go with the default person. Don't go with the cheap person that's on your plan, that's close to home. Actually do some research, which I'm pretty sure you've already have, but do some research for something for this specialty. And you might have to pay out of pocket just for that first, even just for the first diagnosis, because I'm feeling like what's happening is you're getting dismissed by the other doctors. They're like, you're fine. And if you can at least get something a little more concrete, then you'll be able to at least do your own research or take it to another doctor. I'm just getting that don't sell yourself short with trying to find this person, this doctor. Hi, Lauryn. My question is around a person I met last year who's coming up on my past lives visual that I've been re-experiencing to process. I guess I'm just curious if she may be my twin flame or possible soulmate in this life. I don't know. Did I ever make that video? I was going to do a video about how I don't really understand what twin flames are. And so I don't necessarily believe in soulmates. I do believe that you kind of have several people in your life that you have maybe had past lives with. But I don't like the word soulmate or twin flame because it implies that like there's only one person for you in this life. So I'm just mentioning that because I don't want you to think that I'm like, this is your one and only person, and if you can't find them, then your life is going to suck forever. That's what I don't like about those words. What was I saying? So is this person your twin flame or something? I'm just getting like no for some reason. I'm getting that this person is like bringing you the feelings of maybe being a soulmate, but for whatever reason, the way you define it, I'm getting it might be a no. That doesn't mean I could be wrong or right. I don't know what it is. I just think that for whatever reason you're attracted to them for really good reasons. I think it's a good friendship, but whatever your definition, because I asked the question as is, whatever your definition of twin flame or soulmate is, your guides are like, nope, that's not what you, it's not the same. I don't know. But if you feel differently, I always say that, especially with these speed readings where I'm not super connecting well, know that I can be wrong. And if you have a gut feeling and you walk away being like, that didn't feel right, that just didn't feel on at all, then your gut, your intuition is probably more spot on than mine. Rochelle, more spiritual guidance with the smiley face. I'm seeing, Rochelle, I'm seeing you out in the sun. I'm seeing you moving, exercising with kids. Just getting a general, like, get out there more. Oh, I pulled the fertility card. Are you planning on having more kids? Powerful creative energy. I feel like you're just, like, Rochelle, you're in a really good spot to, like, make things happen. Use that energy, use that, force that you've got right now and use it to manifest and create whatever you want right now. I feel like you're just in a really good spot. What can I or what do I need to do to get out of my own way? I've actually noticed in the last 2 weeks that all my marketing goes directly towards the older adult and I need to change it. Well, and that's where I was feeling, was it Kathleen, that like, you know, maybe you've decided, oh, I don't know how to market through social media. Like I kept wanting to say that, like, oh, I don't know how to market through social media. I don't know how to reach, you know, these older people's like children or something. And so maybe letting go of the idea that you can't do it and being like, yes, I can. Maybe I can take a little online course. Maybe I could watch a few YouTube videos on it. You can learn everything you need to learn from YouTube, basically. So I think, Kathleen, it's for you, it's just, it's first confidence, telling yourself that you can do it. I feel like you just have a lot of mental blocks of like, oh, I don't know how to do this. I've never done it. Like even your comment about like, I don't know why I'm on my grandson's account. Like, I feel like there's, you know, you put those things in your way. Same with this marketing of like, oh, this is the only way I know how. I hope that helps. Linda, will 2021 be better financially? Again, it can if you want it to be. So I'm going to ask, how can you make 2021 better financially? Linda, I'm immediately hearing from your guides to not rely on others. Maybe you kind of wait around for others to like save you or financially, or maybe you have a husband or somebody who helps you with the bills or something. Really take power and empower yourself to believe that you can take care of yourself financially. I feel like maybe there's a lot of money blocks in your way of like why you can't. Again, that Lucky Bitch book that I did a review on. You guys, if you're feeling stuck with like money or manifesting, definitely check out her books. I cannot recommend them enough. They have like changed my life. And Linda, I also pulled two more cards. I pulled guide, and I'm getting that for you. It's not a spiritual guide, Linda, but it's a tutor, a education, looking into ways that you can understand, or looking into ways that you can build your financial freedom. If you can educate yourself, if you can find somebody that will help you, that can even be like an online course, I think that's going to help you. Cool, thanks. You're welcome. Yes, one more child. Today is the anniversary of my father's death. Oh, what a coincidence. He's been gone 17 years. Is he with you today? He's like, yes, don't you know? He's like, immediately like, can't you feel me? You know I'm here. He's like, you didn't even need to ask that. He's very strong for me to pick up that quickly. I think you pick up on him a lot. Georgina, you probably just dismiss it a lot. You probably just are like, oh, well, maybe that was something else. But he's like, no, give me some credit here. I'm trying to connect with you. Gotta take another drink. You nailed it. How does Lisa feel about friendship? Lisa feels good about friendship. Any hesitance that she has is because of past relationships. She's definitely been like wronged by dudes, Jeff. And so she's super guarded. She is so guarded. I think I'm assuming you're like curious of pursuing a friendship, maybe even more than that. I would just know you have to take it slow, and you really have to earn her trust, because she's got so many walls up. You kind of have to chip away at them if you want to earn her trust. Mufasa, can you guys hear my cat? He's like, what, man? You can't do readings without me. Hello, Lauren. Any messages from my spirit guides? Hey, everyone. If you're joining me now live, feel free to ask questions in the chat. I'm doing sort of speed readings where everybody gets readings the next 2 nights. So a week from tonight, which is the 15th, and then a week from that night, which is the 22nd, I'm going to be doing gallery readings, which I haven't wrapped my brain around. That's going to be a lot harder, but I want to get some practice because I am about to do a gallery reading in person and I need to practice. But join me. I'm only doing 2 more nights after tonight. And then after that, it's going to be more of like a pre-scheduled thing. It's not going to be a weekly thing anymore, because I'm really bad at sticking to a weekly schedule, if you haven't noticed. Hello, Lauren. Any messages from my spirit guides? They just say, you can do it. Say, let go. Allow a higher force to take charge for a time. Merlek, I don't know your name. Being adrift, I like to think of this as just like letting go of all the things you're trying to manifest. Like, your guides hear you, you're pushing too hard, just let go. Like, stop, let go of the schedule, let go of the timeline. And as soon as you do that, sometimes you get out of the way, and it's a lot easier to manifest things when you can do that. Okay, since no one else has asked a question, I'm going to do another gallery reading try. Oh, Georgina. I didn't even need to ask. Isn't that funny? How can I improve my relationship with my husband? This card is jumping out. Kathleen. I feel like this is a message for me too, Kathleen. And spirit works like that. They want to hit as many of us in one go. So if there's some readings that I'm doing for somebody else right now, you guys, and you're like, that kind of like sort of feels like it might answer my question, feel free to take it. I mean, your guides might also be trying to communicate with you. So Kathleen, this is the mirror, and this is all about knowing yourself, self-examination, seeing who you really are. And I think kind of how I'm interpreting this card in a relationship is it's really hard to be there for the other person and show up in a relationship when you don't know what you want and what you need. And so I think, Kathleen, this is spending some time with yourself, getting to know what you want out of a relationship again. Because maybe you've sacrificed your boundaries, or maybe you've pushed your boundaries too far, or I guess that's the same thing. Um, I don't know. I just feel like you kind of are not in tune with who you want to be in that relationship, Kathleen. And so, as soon as you can do that a little bit better, it's a lot easier to show up to the relationship because you're like, oh, yeah, these are my boundaries. This is what I want. This is what I need. And why I was saying that that's like similar to me, obviously having a baby, it's made it a lot harder for me to connect and put that time in with my husband. But you know, something I noticed about a month ago that we talked about was I was like, I need to put myself even before our relationship because I have no sense of myself. Like, even if I can take a bath one night a week, or even if I can just have alone time to meditate, um, if I can take care of myself first, then I can show up for our relationship. And you know, in those moments, what happens is you realize, oh, I need this. Oh, I need, I don't know. You know, I just feel like that alone time, Kathleen, is what you need for that relationship. My dog did. She came running. I missed. I lost the context. Oh, you heard my cat. Gotcha. Will my dog and cats ever get used to and comfortable with each other? Ugh, Mama Odie, I wish I could ask the same question for mine. My dog and my cat do not get along. It's been 5 years. 5 years. Dog and cats ever get used to and comfortable with each other? I think for whatever reason right now, if things don't change, Mama Odie, I'm getting that they're still gonna just, for whatever reason, they don't like each other. They don't go well together. They don't like each other in each other's space. And there's not a whole lot you can do about that. I mean, we can do things to mediate them and help the situation, which to me I'm getting is just giving them more space between each other if at all possible. But sometimes just you can't force pets to like each other. That's kind of what I'm getting, Mama Odie. But it's not the worst thing. As long as they're not like really hurting each other, obviously. May I get a general love reading for the next 2 days? Ooh, interesting. Next 2 days. How would I ask that? I'll just pull a card for each day. Or wait, no. Let me try it. I do this with like calendar readings, where basically you lay out a calendar in front of you and you tune into each day and you just like write down whatever you get. And then you have a calendar up on your wall for that month and you're like, oh, this day this might happen. And I actually used to do that. Do you guys know of the website Fiverr? I used to do that. I used to do $5 calendar readings, and I would send people the calendar of their next month, and I would write out all these little things. It was a lot of work for $5, which is why I stopped doing it. So I'm getting Nav for tomorrow. Don't do anything. Hold back. Wait. And then the next day, push a little bit, but not too much. Definitely don't push at all the next couple of days. I think you need to be receiving. I assume you're like interested in somebody and you want to know how to act on that. Sometimes holding back is actually better than pushing. I hear you and I receive it. Hi, hope you're doing well. I was wondering if I could get a reading. Yes, Isabella, we're doing speed reading, sort of. So just throw up your question. I'm going to be doing this for another 26 minutes. Hello, I hope everything is well. I was just wondering if it's possible to get a reading. It's the same question. That's suspicious. I've had personal readings with Lauryn. She's so spot on and awesome. I encourage you all to schedule a private reading with her. Thank you. Whoa, who is this? now I'm curious. Mr. I want to know who it is. Because your name doesn't give me any idea. Thank you. Makes sense. Hello, everyone. If time allows, I would get a general love reading for my relationship. I'm just going to pull 2 cards for you, Marissa. Ooh, transparency and adrift. I pulled these both reversed, Marissa. So I'm getting that this is kind of what's blocking you, is maybe you're not being totally transparent about who you are and what you want. Maybe you kind of put on a face of who you think you should be in a relationship. And adrift, I just pulled this card for somebody else. The opposite of it is kind of when you're pushing too much. You're trying to manifest something so specific, or you're trying to be with one person in particular, and you just like, you can't not let it happen, and you're trying to make all these little details fall into place the way you want it. And sometimes when you do that, it's just like the control that you're trying to implement on the situation, your guides don't have the space or the room to deliver what you need. So Isabella, or was that Isabella? Sorry, that was Marissa. General love reading, I would focus on letting go more and being a little bit more genuine and transparent about who you are. Maybe that'll help progress things along. Does Antonio, a Capricorn, have feelings towards me? I need a beer. Hang on. Priscilla, I feel like he could. I feel like he doesn't see you in that way, maybe because you don't speak up enough. Like maybe you should put yourself out there a little more, is kind of what I'm getting. Do I send it through PayPal now? Oh, I should have said that at the beginning. If you want me to do like a more in-depth reading with you right now, I will absolutely do that. Just send me a $5 donation through PayPal. But right now these are free. And I'm only doing them for 2 more nights. So hopefully I can get through them all tonight. And the next 2 nights I'm going to be doing gallery readings with you guys. And next 2 nights meaning the next 2 Tuesdays. Isabella and I are friends. Oh. Hi, Lauren. It's Kermit. It's Kermit. You commented on one of my videos forever ago, and you said that I looked like my grandma, which means you know my grandma. And I don't know who you are because it just shows up as it's Kermit. You have to let me know who you are. Same with Mr. Lek G. Oh, she just commented. Oh, wait. This is Lori. Oh, hey, Lori. Okay. What did I say now? Now I'm curious. Okay, anyway. May I have a general reading in regards to whether I'm on the right path for myself. So I'm going to ask Isabella, like, what's in your way? What's blocking you, if anything? Because we're never quite necessarily on a perfect path, I would say. We're never on the wrong path. We're never on the right path. But what is blocking us? This card is just coming up so much tonight. The Adrift card, Isabella. Again, don't try to force things to happen. If you're trying to force a relationship to happen, a this or that, it blocks energy of coming through. It's a lot harder for you to manifest anything that you want when you're being so rigid on what you want out of life. And then Isabella, I'm also getting Soul Cage, which is rescue, escape from captivity and restriction. That might be literally with the whole COVID stuff. Isabella, I'm just getting like you need to shake it up. Like just like change your routine, get out, do something different. Everything is just stagnant and stale right now, and you want all these things, but you're just so in this old pattern that it's so hard for those things to come forward for you. I hope that makes sense. Millery, I'm going to go a little faster. Can I have a general reading on my love life? If I should keep talking to the guy I've been on and off with for 2 years. I'm immediately getting, nope, don't talk to him. He's not giving you what you deserve. General reading on your love life. I'm just going to ask. what is kind of blocking you. I think you forget to give yourself what you need in relationships. Millery, privacy, personal space, respecting boundaries. Like, this is you. You need to be in the bathtub taking care of yourself and not lose those boundaries when you start a new relationship. Let me see if there's anything else from Millery. And I think that's a lot of the reason why you keep going back to this guy that you've been on and off with for 2 years. Lori, I looked up your girls' band. I really shouldn't have, because I should just like keep out of people's personal stuff. But you were talking about their band so much, and I looked them up. I was like, whoa, they're like legit. It was exciting. I wanted to follow them. Kathleen, is there anything I need to know? I'm just going to pull some cards to catch up. Also, Kathleen, that message was for you about the sanctuary, taking care of yourself, setting boundaries, having some more privacy, some more personal space. Very helpful. Thank you so much. Hey, can I have a general reading, possibly, especially in regards to love and health? Health, I feel like, oh my goodness, skilled ninja. You know the areas that you're bad at with health. Like, sometimes you think, oh, well, maybe I just have this weird thing going on, and you hope that that might be a good excuse to like not actually deal with the real reasons behind it. So I feel like with health, you know, maybe it's eating better, working out, whatever it is. I think deep down you know how to improve it, but you're sort of like always looking for something as like an excuse to not have to deal with it. And so I would ask, why are you putting yourself so far on the totem pole? I think that's what your guides really want you to get at, because with your health and self-sabotaging yourself, you know, what really is at the core, what are you saying you don't deserve? Because that's what's impacting your health. It's Trevor. Trevor, what's up, dude? It's my cousin. I didn't think you'd jump on these things at all. This is my very different side, that I do filmmaking by day, but psychic stuff by night is what I like to say. Hope you enjoy yourself in here. Hopefully you're not weirded out by me. Okay. Hi, Shamik Healer. Mama Odie, I got a new dog at the end of May. She was an only child and not acquainted with cats. It's been a bit challenging, LL. Yeah, I mean, I have a cat and he does not like my dog. And I've done 2 readings with like some of the best animal communicators I know of here in Colorado. And they're just like, they're just not going to get along. They just don't have personalities that match. Like, that's just how it is sometimes. I feel like I'm trying too hard. I totally get it, Isabella. I think when people are stressed out and things, when life's not going your way, that's when you just try to push it a certain way, and it's just, so stressful. And then things just don't work. And as soon as like you let go and you're like, all right, universe, I trust you. You take care of it. It's like the next day, everything happens, and you're like, God damn it, why didn't I do this sooner? Hi, Lauren. Can you tell me any advice my guides or family members have in regards to improving my finances? I'm going to pull a card for the silly rabbit. I'm just pulling all the same cards. So silly rabbit, I'm getting wave of power. I pulled this in reverse, which is, to me, I'm just getting the energy of you don't feel powerful. You don't feel empowered to improve your finances. Anyone that is having finance issues, as soon as this live video is over, please go to my video. I did a book review on Lucky Bitch, and just watch it. If you feel like it resonates with you, rent the book from your local library. It is so worth it. It talks about money blocks. It talks about the things that we tell ourselves that we can't have when it comes to money. And I feel like when it comes to improving people's finances, I'm always like, it's up here, it's up here, it's something mental, it's something mental. And people are like, no, just give me the quick fix. And that's just, it's almost never do I pick up something like, oh, you just need to, like, I don't know, walk over here and there's a bag of cash. It's almost always something to do with what we're telling ourselves in regards to what we can have money wise. And so, Silly Rabbit, I'm just getting that you just don't feel empowered to make money. You don't feel like you can. And that's a lot of us. That's a money block that a lot of us have. So please go check out that book. And even if you can't read, if you don't want to read the book, her name is Denise Duffield Thomas. She has all these videos on YouTube. She doesn't do them anymore, but she has all these old videos that she created. And even just watching those can be super helpful. Excuse me. Okay, I definitely resonate. Hi there, might have a reading as well. Is it time to cut the cord with Ralph? I'm getting a yes, but. What is the but? I may not touch my cards. I come on here to do these weekly readings so that I can get better practice. Because I'm going to be doing a gallery reading in 2 weeks that I need to prepare for. And then, of course, Halloween season is around the corner, and that's my busiest time of the year. Probably not this year, though, because of COVID. Is it time to cut the cords, Ralph? I'm getting yes, and you know the reasons why. You know the reasons why it doesn't work, and you know the reasons why there's a red flag, but why? What's the good? I think it's that you need to recognize the good. You need to not look at it as a total loss, Roro, and it's okay to thank the universe, thank him for what went well. And I think that sometimes when we cut people out of our lives, we feel like we have to cut all of them out, but we can say, oh my goodness, thank you for this experience. Thank you for, thank you for this lesson. And so I think, Roro, what's holding you back is you feel like you have to completely ignore him, or maybe even completely cut him out, like fully. And maybe that doesn't have to be the case. Maybe you can still have a little bit of a relationship, but whatever it is, there's something there that like can still be preserved, and that's allowed, and it's okay. And I think that's what's holding you back. I just sent $5 for me and $5 for Isabella through PayPal. Let me just double check. I think you did. Woo! Thank you. Okay. So Millery. Thank you, Lori. It was so cool to see their photos. I was like, whoa, they are sexy. they are, I mean, sometimes when people are like, oh, I'm in a band, it's like, but they're like a legit band. I love their like hair and their styling. That's what I meant by that. Sorry, I made that weird. Okay, so Millery and Isabella, thank you for the donation. What I'm going to do is have you guys ask your questions, and I'm going to make sure I give you guys a little bit more time each to answer those. I'll give you guys like 5 minutes. And then, Kiersey, I'll start back up with you after I do both of them, just because they sent a donation, and so I want to make sure they get their time. So I'll have to remember Kirsty. I've been talking to a guy named Fidel for a while. I was wondering what his intentions are with me, or more so how he feels about me. Okay, so what I'm getting is that Fidel, and maybe this is why you're on the fence, but there's part of him that is sort of shady, in the sense of like, I'm getting like he likes to have you as arm candy. He likes to have you when he wants to have someone to go out with, or when he's lonely or something like that. But sometimes he can very much just like ignore you, or just not give you the time of day. And it's sort of confusing. Like, I feel like it's just like on his time when he feels like it, he'll sort of give you that attention, which kind of is not nice for you, because that's probably not what you want. But I'm not getting that he's a bad guy, because sometimes dudes just do that unknowingly. I shouldn't say dudes only, girls do it too. But I think he can be changed is what I'm getting. And I say that lightly, because when women hear that, they're like, "Oh my gosh, yes." But don't take that too much to heart. But I feel like it's just an immaturity. He doesn't know how we live in different states. Okay. I feel like, sometimes it's an immaturity of just not knowing how to have a good relationship. And so what I'm getting, Isabella, is that if there's any way that you can sort of train him or teach him kind of how to be better for you, it's going to be a much better relationship. But I think at the core of it, he has to be willing to want to stay in the relationship. And he has to be willing to want to change. And I feel like he's sort of on the fence right now. It's like he could go the way of bad guy. He could go the way of improving and being in a really good relationship with you. He's just kind of like on that fence. And so it's very important for you to set boundaries with him. Because right now his intentions are a little bit like, not super bad, but his intentions are very much like, well, I'll get to you when I feel like it. And I think the fact that you live in different states makes total sense, because it's like it's a lot easier to ignore you. So I would say, Isabella, do you want this relationship? Like, is this worth it to you? And I think that's kind of the next big question. Because if it's not something you're okay with, then I don't know. I don't know if that's worth it. Especially because it's hard when you're both in different states. It's very hard to be like, hey, pay attention to me more. Don't go out with other people or something like that. Still filling it out. Do you have any more questions about that, Isabella? Because I can give you like a few more minutes. Hey everyone, if you're joining me, so Isabella and Millery donated $5, so I'm just giving them a bit longer readings, but then I'll go back up to doing quick, fast, short readings after I'm done with them. But I've only got a few more minutes left. I'll have to kind of wrap up the night quickly. I don't know if I should let him go or if we will be together again. Oh, sorry, that's Millery. Just kidding. I was already jumping somebody else. Should I keep pursuing it or should I stop? I'm going to do this. Because your guides are always going to be in support of you no matter what you do. So I ask, okay, what are the pros? What are the cons? And then at the end of the day, you can decide. But sometimes it's nice to have the pros and cons kind of listed out. Oh, that's interesting. So one of the pros, Isabella, is the unseen. The fact that you don't see each other and you don't know what's going on with him is actually working for your relationship, which to me says if you saw him more, it would be a bad thing. Interesting. This is having me leaning towards maybe not pursuing the relationship, but the other pro is caution, secrecy, and being wary. How is that a pro? Sorry, I was just reading your comments. For whatever reason, maybe that's something you're attracted to. You kind of, maybe there's this negative pattern of liking not knowing and feeling sort of like on air, not on air, feeling unstable. Maybe there's something about that you enjoy. The cons of it is that you're not empowered to be who you are in a relationship, and you're not, this is again that mirror card of like not recognizing what you need in a relationship and probably not getting it, Isabella. So all of these things I'm feeling like is like no, don't pursue it. Is my love life in the future clear? I've never had a stable relationship. So I would, Isabella, go into next of feeling or figuring out why it is that you are attracted to these types of relationships and what it is that you sacrifice that's getting in your way of making you have a stable relationship. And then one thing I tell people, any of you guys out there that is trying to attract a relationship, like you could do it in your head, you could do it on a piece of paper, but write out the things that you want in a relationship. And sometimes just putting it on paper is enough to help manifest it. Again, don't get into the crazy manic manifesting mode of like, I need this, 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 and this. And your laundry list is so huge that it's like, it's near impossible to find anyone that fits all of these things. That kind of gets in your way. But knowing sometimes, having to be forced to write out what you want in a relationship, sometimes it makes you realize you don't actually know what you want. So I would start there, Isabella, even if you can pull out a tarot deck and just be like, what do I need? What's bad here? What's not working for me? What am I attracted to that's negative in these relationships? I hope that helps, Isabella. Thank you. Yeah, I clearly don't. That's okay. And again, if something doesn't resonate and you feel like I'm off, totally fine. Trust your gut first. So Millery, let's go back. Thank you again for the donation, you guys. This guy I was talking about before is Shota. We were together a while ago and we were always attracted back to each other. We've been talking to him and I visited him last weekend and I care about him a lot, but I don't know if I should let him go or if we will be together again. Mm-hmm. When you visited him last weekend, like, how did you feel about that, Millery? Like, where did you leave it feeling good about things? Did it feel weird? Was he nice? Was he standoffish? Always attracted to each other. It's very odd. Something happened in his personal life. Which put him in a bad mood. Interesting. I think what I'm picking up is that, like, okay, I think what I'm picking up is that he's, after that weekend, he's not necessarily viewing you in a romantic way, but that doesn't mean that can't happen. Let me just read what you said again. Shota. Why am I having such a hard time? I keep wanting to go back to how your relationship was before. First, apparently your guides want to talk about that first, which is important to the story, I guess. So I think past, the relationship was really good. I don't know if it was like pretty sexual or at least very flirtatious, which was nice. It was good, it was fun, but he left, transferred back to Georgia. Gotcha. I feel like he's changed. That's probably why. Yeah. I I feel like he's changed and I'm trying to get if that's good or bad, but I'm getting like it's a mixture of both. Like I feel like he's been hurt by relationships, but he's learned from them. It's almost like he's more pessimistic than he used to be. He just got out of one. Oh, that might be why. Sometimes people are just like not at all in the headspace of getting into a new relationship when they just got out of a new one. And I think that's what I'm picking up on is his just like I think right now he's like screw relationships. And because of that, the energy that he's sort of sending out is like, I don't want anything to do with any relationships, but obviously that can change after you heal a little bit. um he broke up with his girlfriend and then figured out that she was not what he wanted and came back to me. Let me just see. I'm just going to pull some cards on how he feels towards you right now, and then I will ask how you can manifest that relationship. Okay, this makes sense. So right now, I know this looks very sexy, but this card is like air. They're exchanging air bubbles. They're like helping each other breathe. Focus. And so I think there's a dependency there on you. There's a reason why he's coming back to you, is because he needs your support. He needs your help. Um, and then, but there's a lot that's hidden from you. And I'm just getting that's, you don't know who he is now. He's a different person. And so you can't expect him to be the same that he was last time. And so I feel like that's why you're feeling so weird about it, is because it's like you want it to be the old relationship, but he's new, he's different, and you don't know what that looks like yet. Then I asked what you need to do to attract this relationship. I got the beauty card. First off, I'm definitely getting to just give him space and time, because right now he's not in a space of like wanting anything at all. And so sometimes girls, I shouldn't say, I always genderize it, but sometimes people push it. They're like, oh, opportunity, they're free, they're open, and then they just like get in there while things are raw, and it's just like you're sabotaging yourself. So I'm getting, give him space, give him time. This beauty card, this is how I'm feeling, like, or what you should do. It's talking about like integrity of form and spirit. I'm getting to be true to yourself, not to sacrifice any of the new things you've set for yourself in relationships. Don't sacrifice it to try to get him. You've learned, you've progressed in relationships since him. And so if he does decide to come back, you shouldn't be like throwing it all out the window. And the other thing I'm getting, obviously, is that you need to recognize how he's changed and make sure that you are okay with that. I think right now it's just the figuring out those boundaries. Do it as friends. Figure him out a little bit more and see if this is healthy. And you're going to know pretty quickly if it is or not. And again, wait till he heals. Because I can tell you want to have that relationship, but I think those are sort of the instructions. Let it heal. Make sure that you're not sacrificing your boundaries. Make sure that he is even the same person that you thought he was. And if he's not, that's okay. It's just make sure you're okay with it. But yeah, okay, I understand. This resonates 100%. Awesome. Thank you, Mallory. So, let me see how many people I technically have, because normally I would get off by now. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of you guys that ask questions. I'm going to do speed reading as fast as I can so that I can jump off. Where was I? It was Kirsty. Will there be any communication from Richie Soof? Oh, I'm getting no, Kirsty. Ugh, unless you reach out. Can you tell me why the death of Gannon Stotch has had such a profound effect on me? I'm getting maybe past life stuff, Kathleen. There's something in it. The story resonates with you and it moves you and it pushes you and it allows you to be creative or manifest things. I don't know. I just keep seeing myself like with the Titanic. Like, I love the story of Titanic. I'm obsessed with it. It just has that effect on me, and I totally know what you mean. And I question if I had a past life on it. But every time I think about it, watch that movie, it makes me feel so much more connected to other people. And that's something that I have like a hard time with. So maybe look into how it affects you emotionally, and maybe that's something you need more of in your life. So can you tell me something about my spirit guide Roxanne, I can tell you that you have a deer. She came through like right away. I would look up deer spirit animals and see if there's something about them that resonates with you right now. Jumping forward. Carrie, if you're still on here, hello. If you have time, can you feel if I need a soul retrieval therapy? Oh, which is interesting because I've done shamanic work. I've done the whole soul retrieval stuff, which is weird because I just don't believe in it. I don't believe your soul can leave you in chunks. I don't know why. It just doesn't resonate with me. So, Carrie, I'm biased. I would say you don't need it. I would ask why you think you need it. And I'm just going to pull a card, Carrie. Maybe because you don't feel successful. Maybe because you don't feel like you're progressing quickly in life or that you're excelling. The fact that I pulled the Atlantis card, Carrie, look up Doreen Virtue's Atlantis meditation. I think it's on YouTube. It's totally free. I want to say it's like 10 or 15 minutes. She does a guided meditation where she takes you back to Atlantis. And it is like one of the coolest meditations I've ever done. It's so cool. She like takes you there on the backs of dolphins and like I love it. So Carrie, for whatever reason, check those out. But I might not be the person to ask. Hello, who's coming into my romantic life soon? Actually, I'm getting friends. A lot of friends, friend zone. I feel like you're going to have to push that to make it happen if you want it. Otherwise, I feel like the great thing, actually, is you're going to be around a lot of people for whatever reason, but you've got to be the one to push the romantic stuff, which might be super scary and out of your comfort zone. That was Isabella's stuff. It's funny, I just watched this crazy movie and you actually look like the girl who stars in it and you sound like her. Who is it? Kirsty, tell me. No one ever tells me that I look like any actors. That's interesting. I've had some people tell me that I look like actors, but I was like, this is not even close. I've always wanted to know who my celebrity doppelganger is. Ashley, okay, she asked that again. Marissa, do I have any intuitive psychic abilities? I've been practicing trusting my intuition. Yes, Marissa, you should go to my playlist. I think it's called like Start Here, and I have a video on like, am I psychic or are you psychic or something like that. I believe that everyone is psychic. Everyone has these abilities. It's just if you've practiced them or not. And the more practiced you are, the more you can tune into them. And I sort of talk about in the video how I did not have like psychic abilities at all when I was younger. Like the most I had was like scary dreams and stuff like that, pretty normal. And I'm a perfect example of somebody who just decided one day I want to learn this, and I did. And basically, my dog died, and I wanted to connect with him. And so I took all these classes at the Aspen program for psychic development, and I strengthened my ability. And because of that, because of all the practice that I did and the continued practice that I do, it's a lot easier for me to connect. But if I stop practicing and if I stop paying attention to it and doing all of this stuff, then it kind of just goes back to how it was normally. So it's an active thing that you have to do. So Marissa, yes, you have intuitive abilities. I would also check out my Claire's video because you're probably wondering like how you receive psychic information. So I see and I hear things, but other people pick things up in different ways. Catching up. Kirsty, would it be a good idea if I reach out? He keeps popping up on my Instagram page. What did I say before? Wait, who's this? Kirsty. What did you ask before? Sorry, I'm getting all these relationships mixed up. Oh, I said no. Okay. Kirsty, I'm getting that there's like no harm in doing that at all. Just like don't feel crappy if he doesn't respond back. I know that's probably not what you want to hear, but that's what I'm getting. And I can be wrong. I don't understand why he keeps being there. Sometimes what happens, I feel, is that when we decide that we want something better in our lives, when we say, you know what, no, I don't want this relationship anymore. I don't want to keep getting taken advantage of. All of a sudden, those people or similar relationships starts popping up into our lives, and it's like the universe testing us. They're like, okay, you set this intention, so I'm going to throw this test at you to see if you're going to go back to your old ways or if you are really sure and you're going to be like, nope, I don't want this in my life anymore. So, Kirsty, that's what I'm getting is like happening with this. It's like he's popping up because the universe is like, are you sure? They're like dangling it in front of you. Are you sure you want to up level? Are you sure you want to upgrade your relationships? Are you sure you want to be better? And if you take the bait, then obviously you're telling the universe, nope, I give up. You know, I don't want to up level. And I feel like the universe does that. But sometimes you have to tell them 2 or 3 times, nope, nope, I'm not taking it. Nope, I'm not taking it. and then when you do those things, it's kind of like more affirming to yourself and to your guides. And you set that intention a little bit stronger. And you know, the people that wax and wane and always accept the bad in a relationship, you know, just never get out of it because they can never accept more for themselves. I hope that makes sense. Sky, hi, can you please let me know if what I've been trying to achieve in the last few months will happen soon? I feel like you've been trying to achieve a lot of things, Sky, so it's hard to tune into it. I'm getting, though, that you need a timeout. Maybe just take a break from it, take a break mentally from it, or just get some space from it, Sky. Because I think it'll happen, but you're so concerned about the win right now that maybe there's something else that needs to be fixed or done, and you're so concerned about the timeline that you're kind of ignoring how to improve it. What is the name of that meditation person again? If you're talking about the Atlantis one, it's Doreen Virtue, and she did it's just search Doreen Virtue Atlantis meditation. Doreen Virtue was a super famous psychic, made a ton of tarot decks, wrote a ton of books, and now she's like super hardcore Christian and like heavily is like mean towards the psychic community. Very interesting. Very interesting. I think I saw someone like you before. Tell me, who do I look like? I need to know my celebrity doppelganger. Hi, Lauren. I just donated. Oh, shoot. Okay. Thank you. I shouldn't say shoot. Okay. So, Di, I will do your reading, and then I should probably wrap it up. Di, let me know your question. Di, hi, Lauren. I want to know if you see anyone specifically coming into my life romantically. I go by D. Okay, so $3. I'll just do a couple minutes. I'll do like 3 minutes. D. He's a producer. Thanks, Kirsty. All right, I'm gonna do D, you guys, and then I'm gonna jump off because I told my husband I would be off at 7:30, and I've ditched him with the baby. D, I'm sort of getting, I don't know how soon you joined, but I'm getting that the same thing needs to happen that I sort of gave someone else, which is be very clear about your intentions and what you want out of this person. Because I think right now the universe is kind of like, I know you want a relationship, but you're kind of up in the air about what you want, and it's not very clear. Oops. So I'm asking what you can do to manifest them instead. And so I pulled the visions card, which to me is just confirmation of like, have a vision of what you want. Like, what does this relationship look like? Do you just want to have fun? Do you want somebody that you could potentially marry? And I feel like in your mind, you're like, well, I'll take anything. And that's kind of not the attitude that you want. You don't want to sacrifice things. You want to be very firm with what your expectations are. So I'm asking what else you can do to help manifest it. So besides just being clear on it, let's see. Some of these cards that I'm pulling are like dreams, and I sort of see these as like taking the time to meditate and go inward and get information from your guides. I think your guides want to talk to you more about this for whatever reason. I'm trying to pick up more. Because to answer your question, I think someone can come in as long as you invite them. Think about it that way. So if you have a very clear vision of who they are, and for whatever reason your guides have more to say about it, and maybe you communicate with them, maybe you even have a dream about it, maybe they give you some more clarification on like what needs to happen, maybe that'll help. And then I also pulled this card. Let me just tune into it. D is honor the masculine, respecting men, and embracing the masculine divine. I'm getting that this is with you, embracing your masculinity. And I know that kind of freaks people out sometimes, but it's almost like D, I'm just getting that, like, for whatever reason, maybe there's certain qualities about yourself in a relationship that are more masculine. Like maybe you like the best example that I can give, which is an awful example, is like in my relationship, I like to work a lot, and that tends to be the more masculine trait. Or like something sillier is like I like to drive, and like my husband is the passenger, I'm like the driver, and those are kind of seen as like more masculine things. Um, and so maybe it's about like not sacrificing that and embracing that there's parts of you that might not fit that perfect status quo relationship. And maybe when you get into a new relationship, you're like, you sort of give up those things and you're not true to yourself. I want to see if there's just anything else. I think your guys are just giving you a bunch of little things here and there that they think can help. But my biggest thing, I just keep hearing like invite it in, invite this relationship in. Don't wait for it. Like I feel like you've been doing more waiting and like, okay, when's this gonna happen? Do inviting, like go after it, pursue it. They're always welcome to talk to me. Yeah, I would pay attention to your dreams too in the last couple nights. If you can't remember your dreams tonight, just kind of pay attention. See if there's anything you get. You know, the dream might not specifically be like your guide showing up and being like, hey, this is what you need to know about a relationship. But sometimes there's like a symbol or a theme in there that might actually resonate with you. Energy field adjustment. And so the last thing, D, that I pulled is just an energy field adjustment. So aura cleansing and health. So maybe do a meditation kind of about clearing your aura. To me, I just sort of take this as like, do what you can to reset. Reset your boundaries, your goals, your intentions around this. I think you just kind of need a clean slate. I feel like D, you're just like right there on the edge. It's just like do a little bit more, do a little more manifesting, and you're just like right there. I hope that helps, D. Thank you guys. You're welcome, Kathleen. Thank you. Sorry, Virgo lady. I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I already went over time. But I will be on 1 week from tonight, next Tuesday. We're gonna be doing more live readings next Tuesday, and then the Tuesday after this. Same time, or Tuesday after that. Same time. If you go in my description of this video, you can see my Facebook event, and you can like set yourself a reminder so that you remember when I'm on. Again, I'm only doing this for 2 more nights because I have a newborn and I'm really bad at doing anything weekly right now. And so until he gets a little bit older, I'm just holding off on the weekly things, and it'll be more of either an impromptu thing like, hey, I'm jumping on, no notice, or it might be something that like, oh, I'm going to schedule something 2 weeks out. It's just this one night, yada yada. But for now, I'm very bad at sticking to that schedule, and I don't want to disappoint you guys. So I won't be doing more weekly readings, but I will be doing them for 2 more weeks. So I hope to see you guys then, and hopefully we can do some more readings. Thanks, Virgo. I hope we can catch you next time. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I will see you next week, and I don't know what else I have to say. Follow me on my website. I've got a newsletter that I send out, sometimes with deals, sometimes with the recent things I've done, events that I've done. I'm also on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. And obviously YouTube. Please subscribe. I should have said that like 20 times. Please subscribe to my channel. You guys, I'm like this close to 1,000 subscribers. As soon as I can hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, I can start actually getting paid for my videos. And the more I get paid for my videos, the more I can show up and create more content for you guys, which is like my dream job. My dream job is to wake up and just do the psychic stuff all day, every day. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. I hope to see you next weekend. Bye.